Joining us live now, the Shadow Veterans Affairs Minister, Barnaby Joyce. Barnaby, it is good as always to see you. I do want to ask you about Optus and this no refunds deal, but it is going to provide its customers with a whole bunch of data that a lot of customers probably don't need. What do you make of it and the scandal that erupted over the company this week?
Well, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it, Peter? I think that we have to ask the question how 10 million people obviously lost connections to their phone, whether it's mobile, whether it's cash economy. Now they're going to have an inquiry. I think they should have a really serious one, because let's hope it's just an internal mess up and not the actions of a malicious participant in this, because if it is, imagine what they could do across our nation. Just goes to show you that how vulnerable we are to certain, if it plays a cyber attack or something like that, we've got to know about it. And this is the sort of thing that government's got to be, all over like seagulls over chips, because you can't have these sort of things happening. It could cause massive damage to how our economy works, and obviously it's a dry run for how things can go wrong. So Minister Rowland's going to have an inquiry. Well, that's a start, but would have been better if it never had happened in the first place, and that's a question Optus has to answer for.
Sure. Should Gladys Berejiklian run the company?
Look, that's a question for Optus. I think competency's got to run the company. You can't just have it sort of switching off for 6-7 hours. And they've got to ask the questions: what is their skill set? Why did it take so long to get back up and running? And the first thing we've got to know is exactly transparency. How did this happen? What went wrong? Don't just. We all know the phone went down. We all know that people couldn't basically transact. They couldn't. Shops couldn't make money. They're going to send them $100 worth of data. Well, they won't even touch the sides of what a lot of shops have lost during the day.
Just, it is a question for the company, but I mean, in terms of a PR move, it wouldn't be a bad one getting Gladys to run the whole thing.
Look, I'm going to leave that to that. Like, I've got a lot of respect for Ms. Berejiklian, but I don't know what her skill set's like in telecommunications. Maybe they're brilliant. I don't know, but
sure.
I'll just say right now you need competency.
Let's go to Anthony Albanese. He's resisting Pacific calls so far, Barnaby, to reduce or phase out coal exports. Is that music to your ears this morning at least?
Well, it should be music to every person who likes their hospitals, likes their roads, likes their pensions, likes the NDIS, likes to make sure they've got a police force, likes all the accoutrements that go with living in Australia. Because if we don't make money, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have money to spend on things. You can't come up and ask on your road, I want to spend money on defence. I want to make sure our school's right, because we've just got to be adults. The money's got to come from somewhere. We've got to be exporting something. If we're not exporting coal, as much as you mightn't like it, forget about those surpluses. You won't have them. They're all over. You'll just be borrowing more money. And, Mr. Albanese, the Prime Minister's got to keep his economic head screwed on, because Fiji's not going to send you the money to support your schools. I can assure you of that.
Also, you've got a magpie there, Barnaby.
It's a sort of a Currawong thing. It goes into the bottle brushes. I'll tell it to be quiet. Be quiet!
Hey, just still with the Prime Minister, can you dance as well as he can?
I think I can do better, but I'm not going to do it for you.
Just on a serious note, just to close out here, Barnaby, tomorrow is Remembrance Day. What will you be doing? Yep.
I'm going to Remembrance service in Tamworth at 11 o'clock. Really important. I'll just say to your listeners, it's your family's heritage, your great-grandfathers, your great-granduncles, maybe in some instances your grandfathers, and all you have to do is shut up for 1 minute at 11 o'clock. Just put your phone down, stop what you're doing, and consider those who basically went out and defended this nation. It would have been devastating if we'd lost the First World War.
Yeah.
I remember next door to us was a German colony called New Guinea, and that's where our first casualties were, first fatalities.
Yeah. Barnaby Joyce, appreciate your time as always.